Hey everyone, it's Skiesti. On June 1st, a couple of the Overwatch devs sat down with two streamers to discuss hero balance in Overwatch 2. During this discussion, they briefly mentioned Mercy, so I thought I'd talk about what they said just in case you missed it. I'll give you a bit of a hint. Automatic super jump. Mercy was brought up in the stream by mentioning overreactions to changes made in the beta, which was referring to the iteration of SUPERJUMP that was added near the end of the beta, which caused basically the entire community to be up in arms. She was also brought up around the discussion of when a bug was considered okay and not okay. When they debate about keeping a bug, they first look at the bugs and see what the results are, and then decide if they want to integrate it or take it out. Mercy's Super Jump was an interesting bug because it didn't have many scary side effects. It was fairly consistent once you knew how to do it. For Super Jump, the devs saw what was happening to cause the bug and knew it wouldn't cause major issues and decided to let it sit. In the past, they did look into ways to integrate Super Jump into Mercy's kit, but didn't really find anything reasonable and gave it up for a while, then revisited it for Overwatch 2 again. The new Super Jump ability iteration was brought in at the end of the beta to just try things out, especially since people wanted to see more stuff. The iteration that was added was not necessarily expected to be the final solution. There's a new design that was brought up that the devs are currently playing with. They mentioned that it might not be the one either because there are control scheme issues with it, and it sounds weird on paper. I think that there are a lot of issues with it outside of control scheme, and that it sounds weird even not on paper. I think it sounds weird even imagining it in execution. The new Super Jump design works like this. You no longer have the crouch cancel to launch in the air. You auto-launch in the air when you reach your target now. You can cancel it any way you want to, but if you don't do anything and you just hit the button and reach your target, you'll launch into the air. When it comes to Super Jump, they're struggling with control issues in general. Crouch is already weird to use, but they chose Crouch since you're already using space to cancel the normal fast cancel glide. They wanted to keep the normal GA shift cancel and whatever fast glide is, but this is a buttonless approach for Super Jump to happen automatically. The example the devs gave to help imagine the new iteration was, say you're in the middle of chaos and you forget to cancel Guardian Angel and you launch in the air once you reach your target and get sniped. Then you'll probably hate it. I have a feeling that there's a lot of other reasons to hate it, and not just that. The question was raised about whether the Super Jump iteration we played at the end of the Overwatch 2 beta makes Mercy easier or gives her more depth. In my opinion, it raised her skill level. Although the skill floor was reduced by allowing the ability to be easier to do, it raised the skill ceiling by giving Mercy two systems to use with more tech for her to work with. The devs responded by saying that it was a very broad design question. So, how much skill should come from mechanical inputs, and how tricky should the moves be is what they considered. Super Jump is an ability that is right on the edge of those two questions. If you look at Mercy, the goal for her was always to give her skill expression in other places that was not aim skill. And that's not just me saying that, that is literally Jeff Goodman said this. Jeff felt Super Jump was a bit too hard to do and inconsistent for the average player. It was decided that they needed to start balancing for it because it's a pretty important ability to know how to do as part of Mercy's core kit. They thought about nerfing her healing or something to compensate for Super Jump, but then if you're not doing Super Jump, then you're screwed and you're losing out on a lot of power. Long story short, Super Jump is a bit of a balance nightmare for them. The iteration of Super Jump at the end of the beta tried to keep all of her original tech in there, as it was considered fairly benign tech in terms of how scary it was, so they wanted to try to leave it in. I really like that direction from them, and I really hope that they keep that. Their focus for Super Jump is how accessible it is and how strong it is. The devs want more people to be able to do it, and to be more discoverable via there being a button or for it to happen automatically. The way they're testing Super Jump now sounds like it's going to be incredibly frustrating and even clunky. I'm pretty sure it also takes away the best addition, which, in my opinion, was being able to Super Jump at any point of a GA. I feel like the change they discussed raises so many questions that they didn't go into. Like, does this change mean you have to cancel your GA every time before you reach your target or else you'll Super Jump? Can you still slingshot? What happens to Mercy's other tech? Is it still available? Can you prop jump? Can you super jump res? Would the old system still be an option like it was in the last iteration? Can we control the height? Those are just some questions, and it doesn't even begin to cover it all. This super jump change, as they explained it, seems like a massive step backward, and it's really disappointing. At this point, I'd just like to see the devs actually sit down with some experienced Mercy players, players who consistently play the hero, and just talk to them about the ability, or about the hero. Either that, or work on adjusting the iteration from what it was at the end of the Overwatch 2 beta, or just focus on a different part of our kit. Maybe, I don't know. Please just don't make super jump automatic. I'm begging the devs not to make super jump automatic. Please don't. And that's all from me for now. I'll leave a link in the description that'll take you to where the devs talk about this potential new iteration. Please let me know in the comments what you think of what they're planning to do. I'm really curious how everyone else is feeling about this because it just seems so awful. I would love to hear some other insights. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you next time.
Thank you.